Alright, y'all, so I'm back at it again with another video. Happy New Year's to everyone. Now, today I want to talk about Liz. You know Liz, the one that dated Big Ed. She's been getting a lot of headlines lately, been in a lot of news. Some things are shocking. Well, actually, it's all shocking, but let's get into it. Alright, so first is a post from Big Ed. Big Ed took a photo with Liz. He says, ran into this one in New York City, the one that got away. Now, I'm going to have to disagree with you there because y'all broke up and got back engaged about 8 times. I don't think she got away. It was about time y'all ended things. But then Liz, she goes on and she has questions on Instagram. So someone ends up asking a question and says, are you and Ed dating again? Here was Liz's response. She said, he only cared about this photo to post and surprise is on his top 3 photos for clout. He actually shared something so private of mine and posted it, and I cried to the point where he took it down. Like his family knows. Something I'm waiting to share in a few months. Like we are cool, but he is leaking things right now. With studio, he knows he should not be doing because he got a job and a paycheck because of me. So this right here is a 2-part mess. Let's start with the second thing first. Second thing says, he got a job and a paycheck because of me. Okay, I agree with you. You kept him relevant, although he was already doing crazy things before you even got there. Like, I feel like he did establish himself with Rose, and he played a character since the beginning. Yeah, you probably gave him 3 more seasons, and now he's doing Pillow Talk now. And then I heard he's in production for another show. We got to talk about that at a later time. So yeah, I kind of get what you're saying. But then the other part is, you're saying his family knows something that you're going to share in a few months. Okay, so y'all are still talking. That, you know what? I can't even say that I'm shocked because, you did run back to this man after he, broke up with you and all this. But I'm thinking the last time y'all broke up over food, that was the last straw. And you still running back telling him things? You know what? I'm not going to make a separate video with Ed. I'd rather just tell y'all the tea now. So apparently he's in production with this show. It's like a dating show as to where, I don't want to say dating show, but it's a show where he's dating women. But here's the twist. He's doing it in the Philippines. And his supposed ex, Rose, she's supposed to be a coach for him.
Out of the blue, I get a message from her on social media about a month ago and saying, hey, there's a company in Asia that wants to work with you and I putting together some kind of dating app. I'm like, wow, Rose. So her and I did a FaceTime call. She kind of informed me what it was. We set up that call together with these 2 gentlemen, and it just wasn't going to be a good fit. And I said, but you and I, why don't we try to get together? Do you want to maybe come to the United States sometime, whatever? So
are you going to fly her out here?
Well, not me, but so I end up on a Zoom call. I end up on a FaceTime call with her manager and my manager, and the 4 of us are just kind of knocking out some ideas on kind of what we can do. And we're kind of toying with the idea where we travel and I'm trying to find love and she's my dating coach.
What?
Yeah.
Talk about a plot twist.
Yeah, I know, right? Because I'm not good. Obviously, I'm not good at love. So
clearly,
and she was clearly, obviously, the adult, although she was younger than I.
So much younger.
Yeah, and just like Liz, they were always the adults in our relationship. So we're just right now we're just kicking around ideas, and we want to maybe we're looking at Cinemax, we're looking at Netflix. So I have a group out here, a collaboration group.
Now, it just screams messy, and I don't even know if I'll be into that, because I'm not even really into seeing him. Like, I think he just does things for clout, as she said with the post, and it's just like he tries to stay relevant, and it's not entertaining to me. But moving on. Now, what we're really here to talk about is, word just dropped. About a year ago, it was January of 2025. Did y'all know Liz was arrested and locked up? Now, here's the shady thing. They say it's no mugshots, but there is a police report. And someone also posted on Reddit saying, I know somebody that knows that she got locked up. So it seems like a real credible source. So with this police report, it's about 3 pages long. And I cannot read all this to y'all because I know y'all will get bored. But I'm taking out the major pieces so that y'all know what had went down. So first thing, it happened in Washington State. Liz, you moved to like the Seattle city surroundings and you even got a job out there. More credible information that this is you. Now, to get into this police report, it says on January 10th, 2025, at approximately 1:15 in the morning, the police were dispatched and they received reports of a wrong-way vehicle. The vehicle was described to be white and was driving northbound in a southbound toll lane on the highway. Dang, Liz, that's wild right there. So the vehicle had ended up pulling over, and then the police arrived, and they talked to her. They end up finding out all her information. It was Elizabeth M. Woods. Yeah, on Instagram, your name is like Liz Marie Woods or something like that. More credible information that is you. The police say they observed a female in the driver's seat who appeared to be looking for something. The police, they walked over to the passenger side and she exited the vehicle. So at this point, they're talking to her. Woods walked over and said, "I can't get my tire fixed right now." So the police saying they observed a strong odor of intoxicants and she spoke with a slurred manner. She was not wearing any shoes or socks. All right, so next they say the police asked Woods how much you had to drink. She said, "I had 2.5 drinks." And the cops were saying, well, basically you being recorded. Right, so the cop is saying, I asked Wood if she realized she'd been driving on the wrong way on the freeway. She stated she had not been the one driving. She stated her friend had been with her, but she had left. I asked her what her friend's name was. Would she began to say her own name, but stopped herself and hesitated. But then she ends up saying the name Sarah. She says, "I'm Elizabeth, my friend is Sarah," and she left. Well, first off, that ain't your friend. All right, so then she says her friend, she left about 45 minutes ago. I guess the cop was over it because he was just basically like, "You ready to do a sobriety test?" And Liz stated, "Yeah, 100%, I'm willing to do it." All right, so then in the report, the cop is just describing her doing the field sobriety test, saying she used her arms for balance. She misheeled a toe, stepped off the line. She ends up saying, "Oh, I was with Eric." And he said, "Well, you didn't say nothing about Eric." She said, "Well, he wasn't driving, so I ain't say nothing about him." But then here's the shocking part. It says she did the breathalyzer. She ends up with a BAC sample of 0.213, 0.208, 0.217, and 0.212. All right, so let's just say you did a 0.2. Now, the legal limit, isn't it 0.08? So you was damn near 2.5 times over the legal limit. At that point, you had to have known that you shouldn't have been driving. And the reality is, maybe you weren't driving, but you were sure with people that left your ass. So you cannot call them your friends. And I'm about to go back on the show because I know you just did diaries. I'm gonna look to see if that friend you was with, giving all your information to, talking about how Jason, the one you was at the reunion with, cheated on you since the beginning, like since we saw him on TV, and he been cheating before then. I hope her name ain't Sarah because she should not be sitting in your face. Now remember, this happened a year ago. All right, so I did look it up. It's saying for a blood alcohol content level of 0.2, you would have had 10 or more drinks. Wow, like you could have really hurt somebody on this freeway. They saying just after like 1 or 2 drinks, after that you really over the limit. But a 0.2 is saying you will feel confused, dazed, or otherwise disoriented. I mean, now even back to you, it's saying a 0.4 would be fatal. Like your body probably wouldn't be able to handle it. It would shut down and you would die. You was halfway there. You definitely should not have been driving. And my thing is, at the end of the day, you do what you want to do, but when you start to put other people in danger, that's where the line has to be drawn. Like, you should have just been home doing what it is that you wanted to do. I just find it all the time that the drunk driver is always the one that survives, and the other one that got hit is the one that always dies. So y'all, make sure y'all stay safe out here. Do not drink and drive. Like, stay home and enjoy yourself. If you're going to get to that point of, I need 10 drinks, just stay home, stay safe, and keep everybody else safe. That's the most important.
I don't want to do this. And I just pulled back and I stopped. I mean, literally, I stopped being intimate with her, which was really mean. I wasn't honest with her.
Right. And you weren't honest with yourself.
I wasn't honest with myself until the very end when but I regret the biggest, I don't regret ever meeting Liz.
Right.
She taught me like how to be a boyfriend. Like I was like this big, stupid love baby that, you know, doesn't know how to be in a relationship. And we talked about that too.
Oh my goodness.
She agreed 100%. But yeah, so I love Liz. I'll always love her. I want her to be happy with whoever she's going to be with. And she's most definitely my bestie. We're going to be best friends.
I love that.
But if you watch this video, thank you for tuning in to another one, and I shall see you in the next video.